We're fucking with you already. He's over there.
I know he is.
Rolling on the river.
And on that note, let's do it. What's going on, everybody? Sean Pierce Johnson here at GuitCon 2017. I'm having a grand old time playing some sweet, sweet PRS guitars, oh love, with Mr. Jason McNamara. Jason, it is a pleasure to meet you in person.
Yeah, we've been chatting on Facebook, so this is kind of cool to bring it to life.
It's really weird that for me, GuitCon has been a lot of, oh hey, we're friends on Facebook. Let's put name to face in all actuality. So I'm having a good time with it. It's really funny to me. So what I find so interesting is ever since we started talking is how you ended up where you are.
Everybody's asking me the same question. That's so funny.
It's the Japanese Australian or the Australian Japanese. Like,
well, the face is Australian, and I didn't grow up in Japan. I've lived there for about 6 or 7 years of my life. But yeah, so I live in Tokyo, and my wife's Japanese. But I met her when I had already lived in Australia. So me and Pete Thorne did a whole video on how I ended up over there. So maybe we'll go more on to, I don't know, maybe... Okay, the quick version is, okay?
I'll take the quick version.
Met a girl, lived there, broke up, met another girl, moved back to Australia, broke up, met some others, met the one that I'm now married to, moved back to be with her after a couple of years of being together, being apart, because long-distance relationships get annoying after a while. And now been living in Tokyo for 5.5 years, and it's great. I love it.
Nice. Now, what would you say is probably your favorite part of living in Tokyo?
Oh, this is harsh. Okay. It's harsh because of the answer that I have to give, because I'm an honest guy. People ask me a question, I tell them the truth.
Okay.
One of the most awesome perks of living in Japan, being a man, is I'm married and I'm a good boy. I don't mess around with my wife. But the quality of the women walking down the street is just phenomenal. It's a silly thing, but it's the truth. Aside from that,
I'm not even going to hate on you for it. You're being honest.
Exactly. But aside from that, the simple fact of the matter is, being in Japan, I've set up a life there. It's kind of where I live now. So it's funny when people ask me that. You'd be able to get an answer easier out of someone who's a tourist going there for a week or two on holiday than someone who lives there and is immersed in the life there. I think probably the favourite thing is that people in general are pretty respectful of one another. By saying that, people don't talk on the train on their phones. Nobody does it. And if you even sit there and sort of do this, the person next to you kind of gets annoyed and might even tap you on the shoulder and be like, "Do you get off the phone?" It's just not the done thing over there. The general thing of like little kids walk them. There's 5-6-year-old kids who walk themselves to school in Japan.
Wow.
Now, could you imagine, you're American or Canadian?
American.
Okay. Where are you living in America?
Southern California.
Could you imagine in Southern California a 5 or 6-year-old kid walking themselves to school and coming back home alive?
Especially not in the area that I live in, because where I live, it's very hilly, very steep uphill climb. So some of the nearby schools, you gotta walk at least 2 miles to.
Well, I'm more getting towards the safety factor of like, you know, kids going missing and stuff.
Speed limit on that street is 50 miles an hour.
Wow.
And people constantly break that limit. So you got kids, even like 12 years old, walking home from school along a pretty busy thoroughfare that people are going apeshit on. And it's kind of frightening because sometimes the kids, they don't pay attention.
Yep.
So I can kind of see where you're coming from there. And it's amazing that 5 and 6-year-olds are, that's, wow.
The kid who lives across the street from us, he's now, he's just turned 8. But he's been walking to school since he was 5 or 6. Wow. It's just insane. It's so different. And another thing is like little girls who are like 10, 11, 12 years old will walk around in summer with short shorts. Nobody touches them. Nobody bothers them. They just leave them alone. So the respect factor in Japan is actually one of the coolest things about being there.
That's nice.
You know? Like, I mean, I will see a beautiful girl walking down the street and I'll just kind of look out the corner of my eye and be like, oh, that's amazing. But it's funny. I almost never, and I mean like literally, you'd be lucky if you're out in like Shibuya or in Shinjuku, some of the busiest areas in Tokyo, in the middle of the day and it's a Sunday afternoon, there's gorgeous women everywhere. so rarely. You'd be lucky to see one or two guys in the whole day of walking around who are Japanese that would turn around and be like, watching the chick walk by. It's a totally different culture.
Wow.
People don't realise that, but that's just kind of the way it is out there. It's totally different in so many ways.
Wow. Well, that wasn't exactly the answer that I was anticipating, but I'll take all the honesty that I can get.
As a guitar player, it's Mecca.
Really?
Seriously.
Tell me more.
Okay, we're holding PRS guitars.
Yes,
right?
we are.
And I love PRS guitars. I play Ibanez's, but honestly, if I got a call from... It's never going to happen, but let's say Dave Grohl called me up and say, hey man, Chris can't come out and tour with us, but I've been watching your stuff and I think you're kind of funny. You want to come and play with us, but you can't bring an Ibanez. You got to play something a bit more classic. I'll be like, dude, I'm bringing a PRS. And if he's like, you got to bring a Gibson, I'll be like, no, I want to bring a PRS. Because these guitars are awesome. It's not being a salesman. I just left working 3 weeks ago after 4.5 years working at Ishibashi. And I was at the flagship store. Now, I went into the Guitar Center in January when I was out for LA. When I was out in LA for NAMM.
Yes.
I'm getting tired.
Yes,
I went to the Guitar
are.
Center on Sunset Strip. They had like 20 PRSs up on the wall, which in America is probably a lot. At the store I was at in Tokyo, I'm not joking, we had 100 PRSs in the store, and about 30 or 40 of them were private stores. That's no bullshit. It's a different world. So if I got that call, I'd be like, I want a PRS. I love these guitars. They're awesome.
Yeah,
they are. Saying Japan is a guitar mecca, could you imagine walking into a store having 100 PRSs on the wall? And I'm not talking SEs, I'm talking American.
I can't even imagine walking into a guitar store and even finding a good mid-price Fender anymore. The American guitar store scene has gotten to the point where I don't even go anymore. I go if I need like strings really quickly and need to grab like a $5 pack of Ernie balls, or I need to, I'm running out of picks that are my preferred kind, so okay, I'll go grab a pack of picks. But other than that, it's probably a terrible practice, and most people would say that it is, but most of my guitar shopping I do online, but I do as much research as I can, and if I can, I've been lucky. I've been really lucky with the guitars that I've chosen to buy off the internet, and I've, through my research, found that they're perfect for me. They're exactly what I wanted. Not a whole lot of people find that, and I think that's because they just go into it sight unseen. Ove is talking in the back there. Sorry if you didn't catch that. But the point is, like, I've been lucky because I do the work to try to make sure that I can get what I want, and not many people do.
Extension cable.
It's just me. I get much better service from a website like Sweetwater, for example. Perfect customer service. They take care of you. They really take care of you. But you go to a Guitar Center, you're gonna get this look of like,
I've heard that.
I don't know, we might have something in the back. And I hate to say that because I know people who work there and they're friends, but 9 times out of 10, you don't get the attention to detail, and you don't get the service that you would want when you're investing in something that's, $1,000 plus. If you're spending $5,000, I would never buy from a store.
Okay, so here's something that I haven't mentioned to anyone else in conversation, not because I'm hiding it just hasn't come up. Here's something that's going to blow you and your viewers' minds, all right, about shopping for guitars in Japan.
Let's get our minds blown, people.
Literally, you're going to be like... So, in America, if you go to a shop, say a street that's got 4 stores within walking distance of one another, how are you going to choose which store to shop in? How are you going to choose which one?
4 shops.
And you're looking at this Paul Reed Smith Custom 24, all right, this exact guitar, and 4 stores all have it. How are you going to choose which shop you're going to buy?
That's a very good question.
What's the simple, quick answer?
Well, the simple, quick answer would be, which store have I gone to before and had a favorable experience at?
Oh, okay. I thought for most people it'd just be price. But that's in Australia.
No.
In Australia, it's simply price.
No. Most of the time, as I've discovered, everything that I want never goes on sale. So, you know, like a guitar like this is not always going to go on sale. If it does, great. I might spend a couple extra bucks to go do it. But there might be a store that I shop at all the time because the people have taken care of me in the past.
Okay, well that's interesting.
That maybe if I go and buy that guitar, just be like, hey man, we've had the same strings on there for like 2 months. We're gonna throw a fresh set of strings on there. We'll check out the setup and just make sure that when you take the guitar home that you're gonna get something that you're going to take something home that you're going to want to play immediately, not have to take it to a tech. Because I've had too many experiences where I've had to take it to a tech.
Yeah, of course.
And very few that it comes out of the box and it is just perfect.
Okay, well, here's the thing that I was expecting to be mind-blowing, and maybe isn't so much for you, I don't know, but in Japan, every store is the same price. Right? There's no price mooring like there is in the States, and especially in Australia. It's terrible the way it goes. You go to a store, dudes will drive 20 minutes to save 20 bucks in Australia. Bizarre, but that's the shopping mentality in Australia, right? Whereas in Japan, every store is the same price, straight up. The only thing that you'll see different on the shelf is that some stores, and this is a real annoying thing, in America, you guys don't show tax included on the shelf. You pay it at the register. In Australia, everything shows tax included, and it's the same thing we get.
For the record, I wish that all our prices had the tax included.
Well, in Japan, it's completely up to the store. So some stores show tax included, some stores show pre-tax. Right? But as an international customer in Japan, if you take your passport into a store, you can buy tax-free in most stores these days.
Wow.
If you're spending 5,000 yen, which is about 50 bucks and above, you can generally get tax-free. If you're buying an instrument, it has to be 10,000 yen and above. Right? So you can buy tax-free everywhere as long as you take your original physical passport. Don't take a photocopy or a photo on your iPhone. It has to be the real thing.
Wow.
So you go into a store to find this guitar. It's 100% the quality of the service, which is how people decide which store they want to shop in.
All right.
That's what it is. And that's mind-blowing, especially to Australians. Maybe Americans, they value that. Or maybe for you as well, because you're an educated shopper. You're going to know 3/4 of what you're buying before you even walk in the door.
Right.
So you're a gear geek, like all of us here. So you know 3/4 of the information, probably even 7/8, probably even 9/10 the information before you walk in the door. You know, you're going to have researched it, and today with the internet, that's the way it is. You know, I've been working in stores since 1989. So, you know, I've got a long history way before the internet days. You know, I was 17, fresh out of high school, and I went straight to a guitar shop.
Amazing.
So I did my work experience when I was in high school in a guitar shop.
Nice.
And I've spent about 15 years of my life, I'm now 45, I've spent 15 years of my life roughly working in guitar shops. Luckily in 2 countries.
That's pretty cool.
Australia and Japan.
That's pretty cool.
But that's the way it is in Japan. So generally, the shopping experience in Japan is going to be, I'd normally stand up and do this, but we've got a camera all set here so I can't really move around the same. Pass me your guitar. I'm the store staff member and you're the customer. Although I'd normally be standing up, so I might stand back just to show it. Right? I'll give you the guitar, and then you're going to play, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stand back like this.
All right.
And I'm just going to be like, I'll just bend down here. I'm going to be like standing here like this, looking off in the distance, not even watching you or anything. And then you're going to say you're done. Done. Thank you. I'm going to take the guitar, and then unless you engage in conversation, I'm going to put the guitar down, and that's our interaction. Now, when I went into the store and I was working there, firstly, the customers were like shocked to see a white dude working in the shop. Because that's like, I was the first one ever. I was the first native English speaker in Japan to work on the sales floor in a guitar shop that stayed longer than a couple of days or whatever.
Wow.
There's a lot of reasons for it, but like I have experience in the job and whatever. And they would actually engage in conversation with me quite often. Some people didn't want to know me because it was a bit too weird for them. So when I first started doing it, all the suppliers were saying to each other, there's a foreigner working in Ishibashi. And so it became like this big like folklore thing across Japan of like this foreigners working in the store in Ishibashi. And now that I've left, because I want to do video full time, I guess they're going to be like, oh, he's gone now, so we're back to normal. I don't know.
The Gaijin are invading Japan.
Yeah, and I kind of infiltrated this industry over there. So
yeah, Japan has a really interesting pull for me because I feel like being a rock musician, there's a certain level of respect that rock musicians still have, and it's something that I would love to see. But I'm going to admit it, right? I'm sure everybody's seen the T-shirts in some of my videos, but I am a huge fan of Japanese wrestling.
Okay.
So
I actually know a couple of foreign dudes who do it.
Oh, really?
Japan, yeah.
Who do you know? Let's see if I know them.
Do you know Rione?
Oh my god. The name rings a bell. I can't place a face.
I know the dude. Like we had some text messages the other day, and he was like, "You got to come to one of my wrestling matches." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll get to it. I've got a lot on coming to Germany and whatever."
Yeah, right.
So yeah. But he's a really good dude. Really good dude.
I like the idea of there. I feel like I can feed two different sides of my existence by going to Japan. Being able to be a respected rock musician and just go to some of those shows where it's like,
come over. It's that simple. Just one day, save up the cash and just come on over. You'll love it. Like honestly, the best thing is though, check the concert schedule and make sure you come out when there's some gigs on. So how's this, right? There was this sort of stuff happens all the time. There was one particular night a couple of years back. Actually, it was after NAMM 2015. Okay. Because I bumped into Richie Kotzen in the bar at the Sheridan, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And we're chatting away about this, that, and he goes, "You coming to the show next week in Tokyo?" I was like, "I didn't even know you were playing." Turns out, the same night, Richie Kotzen was at one venue, Yngwie Malmsteen was at another venue, and doubleheader Steve Lukather and Larry Carlton were at another venue.
Wow.
All in Tokyo on the same day.
Wow.
Back last year, 2016, it was like April or May, I can't remember which. All on the same week, we had Striper,
okay,
Iron Maiden,
all right,
the Winery Dogs,
all right,
Nightwish, all at separate venues.
Okay.
I've forgotten some of the bands. Dragon Force. There was 10 altogether. I'm going to rattle off the last two. Bob Dylan and Eric Clapton.
We need to go to Japan.
All of this stuff was happening within different venues in the same week.
We need to get big in Japan. That's it. It's decided we need to be big in Japan.
So that's the way it is.
I love it. I'm down for it. We got to make it happen.
There you go.
We're going to make it happen. One thing I do want to touch on, though, is you just said you left your position at the store to pursue the video thing full time.
Yes.
And I can really relate to that because a lot of what I did in building my channel was deciding, okay, I've done the working thing for people thing for a while, and I built up some contacts and I built up some stuff. But you know what? Life is pushing me to pursue what I wanted to do. What ultimately got you to the point where, because had you established their video presence?
Yes, completely.
What essentially led you to that?
Internationally, they'd already done a Japanese customer database, but I started the whole YouTube channel for them. And the channel that I have now, which is just Jason McNamara, is the same channel. Okay. And all the videos that I did for Ishibashi are still there, but they're set to private right now. Okay. Because they're not sure what they want to do, whether they're going to fresh upload them, whether they're going to keep them on my channel, or what they're going to do. So I got to keep my channel. But the thing is, I wasn't just doing YouTube. I work with artists making music videos and concert videos and doing all that sort of stuff. And I'm branching out into working with travel companies and working with, hell, if I get contact from a car company that's doing a trade show and wants me to come out and do their content, sure, I'm there. I'll do pretty much anything short of weddings. I don't really want to do weddings. Mainly because weddings require a certain discipline as a filmmaker that you have to really be into. And I'm not really into it. But creating content for somebody that says we're rolling out a campaign for, let's say, a new loaf of bread. We're rolling out a campaign, and we need to cross-platform between Facebook, between YouTube, between Instagram posts, Instagram stories. We need to have our videos going vertical, going the traditional horizontal, going square. I've been studying up and doing all of that now. So rolling out campaigns to companies and concert videos and whatever else I can be involved with for videos, trade show reports and blah, blah, blah. As long as it's got a paycheck attached to it, I'm there. Because honestly, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, it
if
really
I can't
does.
make money out of it, just like you, if you couldn't make money out of it, you'd have to go and get a regular Joe job.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like, if I'm going to do it, I've got to do it. The timing was right. It was one of those things, and I'm just going to go for it.
Well, you're here, you're doing it here now. We're all having a good time here. Have you felt like your first couple days have been pretty successful?
Honestly, yeah, it's been interesting. Look, me and Lewis, the Tone King, did a video that's kind of a bit controversial because he's a Kiesel guy, I'm an Ibanez guy.
Okay.
And his Kiesel versus Ibanez video, I wasn't too much of a fan of. But, you know, I didn't know him before coming here. And we did a sit down, and it's a little controversial because I went a bit hard on him because I was representing the Ibanez crew. Like, as a part of the online forum of talking to all these guys, and we're all like, you know, going on about our love for Ibanez and stuff. We didn't like what he did, but you know what? As I'm getting to know the guy, he's a pretty decent dude.
Yeah.
You know, so he had a viewpoint. He felt like he kind of was misunderstood in what he felt, and we're learning about each other. So you know, I'm kind of like going, well, I'm getting to know the guy, and he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
and that's
what this whole thing's great for.
Yeah, it's a big community building exercise, I feel.
Yeah.
Like we're all kind of feeling each other out. We're getting a feel for how the other one works and what we might like and what we might dislike and how we might like to approach certain things.
Yep.
So I find that probably the best is I've learned so much from just watching other guys do their thing and then being able to interact with everybody around here. You learn something new like every hour.
Were you friends with anybody outside of YouTube world from this group before this event?
I've known Henning for a few years. I've known Dan Steinhardt because I own a G2, so he and I have conversed regarding that. And I've worked with Mick Taylor a couple times. They've done NAMM reports with me for companies that I've worked with. So yeah, there's been a few people that outside of being YouTube, it's just like, oh hey, yes, name to face, become friends. So, but it's cool to, and Robert Keeley, I've known him for quite a long time.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome he's here.
Yeah, he's great.
I didn't expect that. I didn't know he was coming.
He's great. I love the guy.
The only guy, the only guy I knew before this was Pete Thorne. Pete and I did a video in Ishibashi together a few years back, and we've remained friends over the years, and we chat every so often and whatever.
Very cool.
The guy who actually invited me here was Hans-Peter Wilfer, the owner of Warwick and Framus, because I know him from when I was at the store as well. So I've known him and his wife and his kids for quite a while, and he was actually the one who invited me here. Henning and I didn't even know each other before Hans invited me.
Well, there you go.
And me and Henning have made such a great friendship. We spent so much time talking, building up to this, and getting ready for it. And I've made really good friends with Phil X this week. Like, we've just clicked. And
That's awesome.
And it's great. So, you know, and then you and I having spoken through Facebook, like we said at the top of this, you know, and here we are face to face. It's great.
That's probably my favorite part is like Facebook friends face to face. You don't get that much anymore.
I'm actually making really good friends as well with Philip McKnight and Pixie Licks. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Really top guys. So.
Yeah,
it's great. I'm loving it.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. Jason, thanks for taking the time to talk
Pleasure.
to me.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. Plug away at your channel. Give everybody where they can find you and what they can expect from you in the future.
All right, well, my channel is Jason. I'm looking at the mic, not the camera, sorry. My channel is youtube.com/c/ it's a YouTube thing now, that's what they're up to. So /c/Jason McNamara. It's spelled McNamara, not MAC like another version of the spelling. As far as my channel goes, like I said, my channel had a lot more videos. They're currently down. I had things like Alex Lifeson from Rush and I walking around the store together.
Nice.
Alex Skolnick from Testament and I sitting down doing a playthrough. And I even own one of the old Alex Skolnick unofficial Ibanez signature models, the 540P2.
Cool.
Put it in his hand and he played it in the video, which was really cool. There's me going to 5150 and meeting with Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, nice.
And a whole bunch of really fun stuff. But that's all unfortunately on private right now. I hope it ends up back on the channel. So right now my channel's got like 14, 15 videos. because I had to take all this stuff down.
Yeah.
So I got to rebuild, but I kept my subscribers.
Well, hey.
And as far as in the future, it's going to be more concept videos, more interviews, and I know a lot of guys in the industry, so I'll definitely be at NAMM.
Well, we're getting kicked out, I guess, so we're going to
Thank you for letting me plug. I appreciate it. And I'm on Facebook too.
Yeah.
So you can find, I'm easy to find, I'm everywhere.
Well, there you go. Jason McNamara, getting to know the man behind the Facebook profile. You know the deal. If you want to see more GuitCon videos, please click the subscribe button now. And until next time, I wish you all a great time and happy stomping. It's time for dinner.
'Cause I can't take another day like this.